You know, every great adventure really starts with a problem. And for the kids from Astoria, Oregon's Goondocks, it's a really heartbreaking one. We're talking about this super tight knit group of friends, and they are facing their very last weekend together. Why? Because some greedy development company is about to foreclose on all of their homes. So, this isn't just a fun story about a treasure hunt. No, this is a tale about unbreakable friendship and making one last grand stand against a world that's trying to tear them apart. And that right there, that one wish from Mikey, who's really the heart and soul of the group, that's what this whole quest is about. It's not about getting rich or finding fame, it's about preservation. It's a truly desperate fight to save their homes, their friendships, their entire world. That's the real treasure they're after. So, with the clock literally ticking down, hope shows up in the most unlikely of places. Deep in the dust and the shadows of Mikey's attic, a potential solution to their absolutely impossible problem is just waiting to be found. Rummaging through what his dad calls museum rejects, they basically find the perfect adventure starter kit. First, you've got this ancient map. That's the call to adventure right there. Then there's this weird doubloon, which it turns out is the key to the very first puzzle. And then there's this yellowed newspaper clipping. It's a chilling warning that this whole journey has been tried before, and, well, it ended in failure. The danger is absolutely real. Okay, so some of the friends are hesitating, which, is totally understandable. But Mikey delivers this powerful rallying cry. It's like a declaration of independence. He gets that their parents are powerless, but he realizes that down in some old tunnels, following a pirate's map, they can actually take control of their own destiny. This is the exact moment they go from being victims to being the heroes of their own story. So with their minds made up and their resolve hardened, they set out to find what the map calls One-Eyed Willie's rich stuff. First things first, they have to figure out the map's starting point. And the key, as it turns out, is that mysterious doubloon. So by lining up the holes in that coin with the coastal landscape, all the landmarks point them to one single spot: a derelict, totally abandoned restaurant, the Lighthouse Lounge. And just like that, the hunt is officially on. But of course, the abandoned restaurant isn't abandoned at all, is it? It's the hideout for the criminal Fratelli family. You've got the menacing mama and her two sons. In just an instant, the stakes get so much higher. This fun, nostalgic treasure hunt is suddenly invaded by a very real and very modern threat. The Goonies realize pretty quickly these are not cartoon villains. The vehicle outside is just peppered with bullet holes. Inside, they're literally printing fake money. And then, and this is the big one, Chunk makes the horrifying discovery of a body in the walk-in freezer. Yeah, their childhood adventure has just collided head-on with the violent reality of the adult world. They need to get out of there, and fast. After barely avoiding getting caught, they figure out the path to the treasure doesn't go through the restaurant, it goes under it. They find a secret passage hidden inside the fireplace, and, one by one, they go down into the darkness, leaving the world of modern dangers behind for a much more ancient one. And the world beneath that restaurant? Oh, it's a whole subterranean labyrinth. It's a kingdom of super ingenious and deadly traps left behind by One-Eyed Willie himself. From here on out, the challenges are a serious test of both their courage and their cleverness. The reality of their quest just hits them hard and fast. First, they find the skeleton of Chester Copperpot, a very real symbol of failure. Then they set off a massive booby trap that seals the tunnel behind them. There is absolutely no turning back now. And in all that chaos, their friend Chunk gets left behind and captured by the Fratellis, who are right on their tail. And right here, our story splits into two totally different paths of peril. The main group has to deal with these fantastical, ancient pirate traps, while poor Chunk has to survive the very real, very human cruelty of the Fratellis, which leads to, well, a pretty unexpected encounter. So, Chunk is locked in a basement with the Fratelli's mistreated brother, Sloth. And a terrified Chunk offers his captor a peace offering, his baby Ruth candy bar. This simple act of kindness, of just sharing something in a world defined by the Fratelli's greed, it sparks one of the most unlikely and heartwarming friendships you'll ever see. Meanwhile, the rest of the Goonies are pushing deeper, trying to navigate the final, most complex puzzles standing between them and the treasure.
And one challenge in particular requires a skill that none of them ever thought they'd need on a treasure hunt.
What they find is an organ built entirely out of human bones. Seriously. And the only way to get past it is for Andy, using her old piano lesson skills, to play the right tune. The pressure is just immense, because every single wrong note makes the floor beneath her feet crumble away. It just goes to show you that every single Goonie's unique talent is absolutely essential. And they make it. They get past the final traps, slide down into this huge hidden grotto, and there it is. A full-sized, honest-to-goodness pirate ship floating in an underground lagoon with its cabin just filled with treasure. The childhood fantasy is real. The rich stuff actually exists. But that amazing moment of triumph is so short-lived. The real world comes crashing into their party as the Fratellis appear right on the deck, guns in hand. The fantastical world of this pirate ship is about to become the stage for a final, violent showdown. So they're cornered, they're captured, and the Fratellis force them to walk the plank. It really seems like after surviving an ancient pirate's deadly maze, their whole adventure is going to end at the hands of some common crooks. But then, a familiar roar echoes through the cavern. It's Chunk, and he is not alone. He and his new friend Sloth swing in, completely turning the tables on the Fratellis. The friend who was left behind has come back as their savior, proving that their bond is stronger than any obstacle. They escape the grotto just as it's collapsing all around them, and they emerge onto the beach for this incredibly emotional reunion with their parents. The Fratellis get arrested, but the victory feels kinda hollow. The foreclosure papers are still there, just waiting to be signed. They survived, but it feels like they haven't really won. And then we get the final twist. Just when all hope seems lost, Mikey reveals that in all the chaos, he emptied out his simple little marble bag and filled it with jewels. The Fratellis, who were so blinded by greed for the big treasure chests, completely overlooked the one small prize that would matter the most. And just like that, they did it. The jewels are more than enough to tear up those foreclosure papers for good. They didn't just survive an adventure. They saved their world. The Goonies get to stay together. As everyone is celebrating on the beach, they look out to the ocean for one last unbelievable sight. One-Eyed Willie's ship, the Inferno, now freed from its cavern prison, is sailing off into the horizon. The adventure itself has kind of taken on a life of its own, becoming a true legend. In the end, this motto is the story's real treasure, isn't it? It's just a powerful statement about resilience, about the incredible strength of friendship, and about the unwavering belief that a group of kids, against all the odds, can make their own time and save their own world.